Michelle Borquez, author, speaker, and television host.
Hi, I'm Michelle Borquez, and my passion is to really meet people right where they're at and to help them begin to walk out their purpose and their potential in life.
Since I've been here, I've already had 4 people try to steal my shoes. I don't know if you guys saw them. Aren't they awesome? So I wanted you to turn to your neighbor and just say, I promise I'm not going to steal your shoes today. Okay?
Comparing ourselves to others, what I call comparison shopping, is one of the greatest lies of the enemy. If he can keep us in a place where we're constantly thinking, you know what, I'm not as good as she is, I don't look as pretty as she does, I'm not as educated as she is, then he can keep us in a place where we are not walking out the vision that he has called us to.
Michelle Borquez has been placed in all our lives to help us rejoice in our faith with the same spiritual gusto and love that pours from her book, God Crazy. It is a journey that will change the way you think, feel, and believe.
Michelle Borquez.
And you know that somebody could be sitting next to you that you think has it all together. And they could be thinking about suicide tonight when they get home. You may be comparing yourself to someone, and you may be thinking, I want to be in that person's shoes. And yet you don't know where they've been.
You can't be a life giver to others, to your family, and even to yourself if deadly emotion is robbing you of your peace and your purpose.
When God gives you a vision, then you can walk in confidence. And we don't sway from that vision.
God Crazy was such an inspirational and life-changing book for the women in our church.
I was immediately drawn to the transparent style and heart in which Michelle communicates.
Michelle is a visionary, a passionate woman who will help you to develop a positive plan of action as you hold on to unshakable faith.
People ask me all the time, what drives you, Michelle? What really makes you passionate about helping other people? And you know, for so long, I was enslaved to the very things I talk about, fear and anger and shame. Most of my young adult life, I couldn't even do the things that I was called to do because fear was keeping me from them. I was bound to those things. And so my heart is to see people set free. My heart is for people to find the same freedom that I had to fight for myself.
Let's hit on just a couple of these.
Sure.
First thing, fear. So what do you talk about in the book with this?
Well, and you know, Holly, you were asking me on the break just what, was this something in my own life? And fear was something that enslaved me. Fear is usually, it's irrational thoughts that are based on a lie or truth.
This book was such a life-changing experience for so many of us that we culminated this experience by hosting a God Crazy event. We were extremely blessed to host the author, Michelle Borquez, as our speaker. Each woman left that retreat with a renewed vision and personal plan for her life. We will never be the same.
For so much of my life, I allowed the enemy to keep me from the very things that would allow me to walk out my purpose and potential. I was believing lies. Lies that he had sold me. Lies that said I didn't have value. Lies that said I should hang on to the shame of my past. And that's my heart, is to go in and talk with women and talk with people about how they can get beyond those things.
We always will struggle with deadly emotion. We're always going to struggle, but if you're enslaved to it, if it's robbing you of peace and your purpose and your potential, then that's when you have to start dealing with it. And you have to go to someone and get help and overcome it.
We all have heart bruises that we've had in our life, moments where we've failed, moments where we've been discouraged, things that have happened along the way that have caused us to be emotionally dropped. All of us have experienced that. It's not until we let God's love come in to help break down those walls and begin that process of healing and forgiveness that we're able to really walk out our freedom.
To book Michelle for your next speaking engagement, please go to shinewithmichelleborquez.com or contact Michael Thornton at 817-823-5963. To book a God Crazy event, go to godcrazy.org.